back at it again, and I've got a couple of ads today. Two of them are pretty long. All right, so I'm probably going to only do like 3 or 4 in this video. Not going to go too crazy. Probably just 3 to be completely honest, because this first one I'm about to show you is like 3 minutes long. Over 3 minutes, but it's from Charlie Kirk and TPUSA. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to stop talking and let's dive in.
Where's Kamala? Kamala Harris just headlined the Democratic National Convention, where they gushed over her for a week. And what did we learn? Almost nothing. They don't want Kamala's own supporters to know who she really is. The Media Research Center just polled registered Democrats and independents who voted for Joe Biden. 86% didn't know that Kamala Harris would consider allowing death row inmates to vote.
People who are convicted in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
81% didn't know that Harris wanted to eliminate private health insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that.
78% didn't know that Harris promoted a fund to bail out violent BLM rioters in 2020.
They're not going to let up, and they should not.
77% had never heard that Biden's border czar, Kamala Harris, actually wants to abolish ICE.
And we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
Even worse, Harris wants to open our borders even wider. 74% were completely unaware that Kamala believes it shouldn't be a crime to enter the U.S. illegally.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal. An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal. An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
73% had no idea she co-sponsored the job-killing Green New Deal.
I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal.
71% didn't know Harris supported defund the police or that she supported reparations.
We need to reimagine how we are creating safety.
They're hiding Kamala because they don't even want their own voters to hear about any of this. This isn't about transparency or democracy. It's about staying in power. Former Obama official Michael McFaul admitted this. The paramount objective for Kamala Harris is to win this election. If a press conference helps her win, she should do it. If not, she shouldn't do it. It's just that simple. Translation: speaking without a script won't help Kamala Harris win. Talking to voters won't help her win. Explaining her Marxist beliefs about equality of outcome won't help her win. That's what Harris's handlers believe. Kamala Harris is a left of California radical who's been reduced to hiding from her own voters and repeating the same stump speeches over and over again, verbatim.
Oh, it is good to be back in Pennsylvania. It really is good to be back in Wisconsin.
It is so good to be back in Michigan. I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state.
The more she hides, the more the American people can see right through her.
Goodness gracious, that laugh, man, is just absolutely terrible. It kind of scares me, to be honest, if we're being completely honest, because if we got another 40 years of hearing that laugh, we in some deep poop. We up Poops Creek without a paddle in sight, okay? You know, great ad. I do think TPUSA should have, chopped that one up into, multiple ads. 3 minutes and some change. That's crazy work, you know. That's, I gotta admit, you know, that's way too long. Way too long. But you know, all in all, it was good. If they just would have cut that up into, 30 to 45 second clips, would have been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And it could have been done. It had a lot of content in there, a lot of good information in there. But yeah, 3 minutes is crazy. Now, this second one is not, once again, is not a Trump official campaign ad. This one is actually from RFK Jr.'s running mate, well, now former running mate, because RFK Jr. isn't running anymore, even though some blue states are keeping him on the ballot, which they were trying to kick him off the ballot not long ago, but now that he's teamed up with Trump, now they want to leave him on the ballot, which is interesting how that works, but I'll spare you guys that whole conversation. Nicole Shanahan, I believe that's how you say her last name, her and her team dropped an ad. Check it out.
Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump derangement syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic? Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history, and who offers no policy or vision for America simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing Independence. Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media, Independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like,
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
And I instantly believed it. With Independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Independence may not be for everyone. If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, Independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of Independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice, loss of hatred, anti-narcissistic behavior, and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hopelessly indoctrinated. With Independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if Independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.
I love that. I love that. I mean, that one was quite long too. It was 2 minutes, but I love that. Ask your doctor if Independence is good for you and enjoy your freedom. As if it's some type of medicine or something. Hey, that's good. That's good. You know, a medicine for TDS syndrome. For TDS. Actually, Trump talked about that recently on stage at the I forgot what it was called. It was like some conference for women, or mothers or something along those lines, which for women, but I forgot what it was called, but he had brought up TDS. It was hilarious too. I don't have the clip, but it was absolutely hilarious. Let's jump into this third and final ad. All right, check it out.
A weaker than expected jobs report.
A sign that a recession is imminent.
Bidenomics is working.
That's just not true. Families are struggling with rising prices, and Kamala's lying.
We have been lowering the cost of living for so many people.
She lied about her border crisis, too.
We have a secure border.
Oh, boy. Kamala lies about the border. She lies about higher prices. Kamala lies a lot. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A weaker...
She does lie a lot, and recently got caught lying about working at McDonald's, which, if you haven't watched that video, definitely check it out. It's absolutely shameful. But I want to see if I can pull up that video clip for y'all so y'all can see Trump talking about TDS. Yeah,
for office at other times. Did you ever think about running for office at other times in your lives? And then just some advice, because you come under fire a lot. Our moms are standing for things that often the media attacks them on. We'd love to get some advice from you about running for office.
Yeah, so I would say don't do it.
No, run for office. We want you to run for office.
I do say this, though. It is nastier to run as a Republican. It is. Now, I'm the ultimate, they suffer from a thing called TDS. Do you know what that is? Yes. TDS, it's a horrible, horrible terminal disease. It destroys the mind. It destroys the mind before the body, but the body eventually goes. TDS is Trump derangement syndrome.
you not rock with Trump, man? The dude's just naturally funny. It's a terminal disease. Eventually the body goes to... Bro, it's not... The funniest part about it is, I don't even think he's really trying to be funny. Like, he's just talking. Like, he's just being himself, bro. And that's the big part of the hilarious part about Trump to me. At least for me. It's like, he's not even trying to be funny. Like, he's being serious. Oh, man. Oh, geez, Luis. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have met some of those people in your life that, you know, they're just naturally funny. Like, it's not even like they're like putting on an act and like doing a bunch of silly stuff. They're just funny, you know? Like, I feel like Trump is that same type of individual. Like, he's just funny. And that makes it funnier because he's not like trying to force it, even though, you know, when like comedians try to like force stuff, like it's still hilarious. But like, I feel like it's funnier when people are just like, just chilling and they're just naturally funny. Like, bro, what? Eventually the body goes. It's a terminal disease. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.